me and Walk be talking like, hey, I wish we. That's why I had a conversation that I had told Walk about the Desmond situation. Like, bro, this nigga, we gotta figure this out.
Figure what out?
With the Desmond situation.
Yeah.
I was like, we gotta figure this out. I'm about to say something. I was like, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be cool.
Hey man,
like,
you
be cool.
You could have pulled him to the side. Like,
baby face. I'm gonna be
listen,
cool.
listen. I could have texted you that. I could have called and talked to you personally. But I wanted the podcast to see your initial reaction to me saying what I'm saying. And you went and did what you did, and we got a whole bigger reaction from it because you changed your shirt. All that plays a factor. That's why I talked to you on the podcast.
And that's why I gave you the finger too, nigga. That's exactly.
Everything is content, Desmond. That's what you gotta remember. Everything is content.
Everything is content, bro. Everything is content. Can't never go wrong.
No, I appreciate it though.
Whenever we like this, it's always fun. We're always laughing, always joking, having fun. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
But you know, if it was something personal, I would have called you directly and said, "Hey."
I thought we was gonna laugh and joke in Cali. Desmond said he couldn't come see a nigga though.
Work. I was stuck. What the fuck?
Yeah, 6 months to take off, nigga.
What's that?
I said you had 6 months to take off.
Nigga, I didn't expect ABC to happen the way it did the last 2-3 months.
Well, tell them niggas you got D to do.
I got obligations.
I was like, hey man, you good? If I was $100 away from y'all, no matter where I'm at, I'm flying $100 to catch y'all wherever y'all at. I will fly. I will earn bonus points by charging shit just so I can get a ticket one way. But hey, I'll make it down here for you.
But at the same time, not just work, I had the family situation too because of what's been going on with my sister, my folks. Had to do extra shit. It's like I couldn't. I was an extra body that was needed. So I couldn't really get away if I wanted to.
See, that's what initially happened. Des, nobody would have said shit. We like, hey, you know what? Des got shit going on. We all understand, nigga. That happened like a month ago. I'm like, you could hit me with a, hey man, look, I'm gonna see what I could do. I really wanted to see Desmond. I was like, bruh, I'll take side bets and everything. Like, yo, Desmond.
Yeah, right.
I believe
Desmond. Right.
Desmond. There was a whole funeral planned 5 days prior for them niggas to get here. No excuses. No excuses. No excuses.
No excuse. I won't hear nothing else from you as far as an excuse. All right.
Nah, I'm gonna say this also, Desmond. Don't say that. Just say I'll do better. Don't be like me, bro. Don't oversell it. Take it in small baby steps.
I'm just saying, all right.
Yeah, don't oversell it. This nigga Joe said he's gonna get PlayStation Plus like 12 times.
3 months ago, he still ain't did it.
Still ain't got it.
Yo,
he's starting to get on Angie nerves because Angie was like, "Get your shit,
nigga, go get your PlayStation back, nigga."
He's like, "You gonna buy your shit this month?"
It's the principality, bro.
Principality, nigga.
Did I not say you? I sent this nigga a damn I sent the song like, bro, principality, son.
No, it's principalities, nigga.
Nigga, you should. That'd be your nice segment, nigga. The principalities,
bruh. So
that'd be a nice segment for you.
Hold on, I'm gonna ask a question. So we talk about principalities.
Oh shit,
principalities.
We talk about principalities.
You see this nigga CJ, right? He is not paying no attention to this nigga right
Just listen to me and tell me if you think on principality. I feel on principality you got a leg to stand on this.
Principalities. Okay? But go ahead.
Okay.
Technically, it's principles, both of y'all.
Principalities.
Go ahead.
Nah, it's principalities, nigga. This is Friday,
exactly. Nigga. Yeah. So if you got a kid and your kid is
One person you should be talking to.
Is making this is trying to put out decisions for themselves as a child.
How old is the child?
Huh?
How old
How
is
old
the
the
child?
child?
Let's say the child is 14.
Mm-hmm.
14 years old. And they try to make decisions for themselves at 14. They come to you as their parent and say, hey, these are the decisions I want to make at 14. You don't agree with the decisions that they're saying they want to make at 14. Off of principality alone, you just say, I'm shutting it down until you turn at least 18.
No.
Well, you want to say principality because
No.
On
First
principle,
of all, no.
Because I know you don't know.
On principle. No, I'm not gonna shut it down. I'm not gonna shut it down.
Let me explain the principle. Because I understand you don't understand the gravity at 14 as you would at whatever age as an adult you may reach. Because at 14, you still think about 14-year-old experience. On principle,
Ain't no different.
I can't allow you to do that.
Ain't no different than making a decision at 18. Only 4 extra years.
But those years can be formative.
well,
I ask you a question.
Because you're not doing anything
13,
different from 14 to 18, but switching schools.
The 13-year-old CJ is not more mature. I'm sorry. It's still immature towards the 18-year-old CJ. 18-year-old CJ should always be the more mature person because he had 4 extra years of living. And the context towards what you learned at 13-year-old is different than what you would probably learn at 18-year-old.
Technically not, because some people don't mature like that.
Mm-hmm. It takes them a while longer to mature.
It takes people longer to mature.
But you have the opportunity to gain more experience in 4 years.
Okay.
Some people still feel the way they feel at 13 at 18. They still have that same thought process.
I'll give you the option. You know what? And I'll take that. But I'm gonna give you the option to live those 4 years. If you're still at 18, I can't stop you. You're an adult.
But okay, wouldn't you want to help that person mature? So won't you let them go and experience it for themselves at 13, and that'd be a learning process to help them mature, so they won't make the same decision.
It depends on what it is, though.
It depends on what it is.
We don't know the exact content.
The way to, or you're right, you don't know the exact content. But if they 14 and they come up with you with a plan, it's because they thought about some shit. So whatever they telling you, the way they thought about it, you have to guide them to the same, like the answer that you want them to hit. In order to guide them, so you say, let's say 13-year-old say I'm ready to have, or 14-year-old say I'm ready to have sex or whatever. How would you go
about that shit?
Well, you obviously have to talk about that, but they're like, I'm about to do it with my boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever the case, and there's no way you can stop them because they already made their mind they're gonna do it. So you just gotta.
But they come to you. They come to you for you to give them the
advice.
Not necessarily. Okay, so I give. Okay, here's the twist. They 14 and they want to change their sex from a male to a female.
Negative. Oh, you talking about the Dwayne Wade situation?
You can't.
On principality, I can't give you that unilateral right at that time because I feel like there's still a lot to learn between you being a teenager to becoming 18. There's a lot. At
this point, if that's what you choose to do, I'm not going to discourage you from being who you want to be.
Yeah, that's good. You kind of
he did discourage him from being who he wants to be, but
I'm not discouraging about it. You can't make that decision until 18.
I mean,
when you turn 18, I agree with you.
I'm not.
When you turn 18, you can make that own decision.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not letting that happen.
So you're gonna force that child to be something they don't want to be for the next 4 or 5 years because you don't agree with that.
It's like you forcing your belief on the kid, and that's not right. That's not right.
So you can get 50% that. You also get 50% that they change their mind. It's 50%.
But do you want them to change their mind?
I'm giving them opportunity.
You're pushing that issue.
No. It's a serious decision.
But you're pushing that on them.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they have their mind made up. Obviously, they have their mind made up. And you're trying to make them change. You're trying to give them time to change their mind.
Mm-hmm.
No, let them make up their mind up on their own. Maybe they need.
They are. I think they are making up their mind. It's just reassurance on their part. It's like, do you really? It's a huge situation. Do you really want to go through with it?
So you let them go in.
This is major.
Hold
This
on,
is
hold
not.
on.
You can't go ahead and
Yeah,
reverse,
no,
reverse
I
it.
get it.
This is
But
it.
to me, I'll let you go. You want to make that decision? Go see what it is on the other side.
Nah.
You know
Figure it
that.
out. That's what you want to
You
be.
know what? Y'all need to.
Because
I'm my bad. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
go figure out if that's what you want to be. If that's what you want to be, I'm going to guide you the best way I can in this situation because this is what you want. Obviously, you put thought into it. Obviously, you should know what the consequences are going into this decision. So I'm gonna guide you the best way I know to help you make that decision. You make that decision. That's where you want to go. I'm behind you.
I'm gonna keep
All
it
right.
100.
What if it's
And y'all take that way.
One at a
what
time.
if
One
it's
at a time.
what if it's something more irreversible then
What you mean?
in the
That's
same
the
situation?
decision. It's not my body. It's not my decision to make.
You know how many
It's their
people have
decision
done?
to make.
You know how many people have done a surgical sex change and regret it to this day?
That's their decision to make. They have to
couldn't
deal
allow-
with the
I couldn't allow
How
him
can
to
you
do that
allow
until-
somebody to make their own
No,
life choices?
I couldn't allow my child at that age to do that.
Whatever. Okay.
couldn't-
Okay. I get it. I
I
get
couldn't
it.
consent.
I
I
get what
couldn't
you're saying.
consent to that.
I get what.
Now,
Okay. Now,
if you turn
right.
18, you become an adult. Look, you're on your own at this point. I
There you
can't
go.
legally stop
I
you.
get what
Then
y'all saying, but
go ahead.
Yeah,
y'all would have
but see,
to y'all would have to meet in the middle because I get what you're saying about the 18. Yes, you're my child, so I make a decision to your legal and to legally make your own decisions. But if the child is coming to you about this, it's something that they thought about. So if this child is 14, you can meet them in the middle. Like, all right, wait until you're 16. If you still feel the same for 16, then we can go ahead and do that.
I can't even give him 16. I had.
There's going to be. You have to think of it from a child's standpoint. I mean, yes, you're the parent. No, you're not because yes, you're the parent.
I get you. I take
yes, you're the parent, but they thought about this and they look into they parent who's supposed to protect them, and they come to talk to you about it. But if you're not willing to meet them somewhere, you tell them, no, I'm your parent. We're gonna wait till you're 18 because I think you're making a mistake. That's how they're taking it. So it's like they're not gonna confide in you anymore. They're gonna resent you.
You ain't gotta come off like that, but you can.
But that's kind of what you're
talk
saying.
to him. You can talk to him and understand what the fuck is going on. You know, like don't just tell him, "Hey, you know, until 18 or whatever." Understand what he's trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about what he's trying to do, and then figure out like, you know, like, hey, I don't think this is a good idea.
Go ahead, Desmond. Go ahead, Desmond.
My thing is, if that was my child, I would not want my child to regret a decision like that would effectively mess with them psychologically or physically for the rest of their life. So that's why I get talking to them, but they have to understand the ramifications of what they're thinking about doing. Because, yeah, if they make the change at 14, but turn around 2 years later talking about, I wish I never did something like that, that's going to play a part with them as well.
But that's their life. That's their decision they made.
But that all comes back to you as a parent.
Your child. All this is reflecting you. Either way it goes, whether that you allow that kid to make that decision and go ahead and do it, or you don't. Whatever happens from that point on is reflected on the parent. Either way it goes, because that person that child could rebel towards your decision, not doing it, and do some other shit. And say, if my parents would have let me do this, this is the way I feel, but my parents are stopping me from doing this, so it led me to this. So either way it goes, it affects the parents. Either way it goes.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
take the best course of action.
But I mean, we obviously talking hypotheticals.
No
doctor's gonna perform anything on a 14-year-old child. So.
I'm talking from a little bit of both because I know a situation. I'm not gonna put nobody's names out there.
Yeah.
I know a situation. When a kid was feeling a certain way, and then they came out to their parent, and their parent took it some other way, and then it turned into some big things. And then it's not just like if a kid come and confide in you like that'd be like my son was to say like, hey, I want to do such and such. Yes, I would feel a certain way about it, but at the same time, I still gotta take into consideration of his feelings, and I have to talk to him, understand how he came to this point. So once I understand that, and I'm like, yeah, give it a year or two. If you still feel the same, I'm going to love you regardless, but if that's what you want to do, then fine, I'm going to do it. Yes, he's a kid, but some people have to grow up sooner than others. It could be a mistake he might want to change later on down the line. Yes, that can happen, but it's still a decision that he made that he has to live with. And it's going to settle it, and he has my support for whatever we want to do.
I'm not saying they don't have my support, but that's a major decision, though.
You basically telling them no, nigga, so you don't have to. They don't have your support.
Oh, let me give you a better example.
I didn't basically tell them no.
Let me give you an example. We all are above the age of 18. When we were 15, and we told our parents, "Hey, I want to go smoke. You can't smoke till how old? How old can you smoke? 21. You can't get. I want to go out and learn how to drive at 10. No,
is it 21 in Baltimore to smoke?
I think it's 21 to smoke.
Oh wait, it's 21 all around now, ain't it?
No, that's 18 here.
Yeah, 18.
I could have swore they were changing that. They were changing that to 21, wasn't it?
Well, it's still 18 here.
But my point is, if
Anyway,
a 10-year-old wanted to go get something to drink, we would tell them no, you gotta wait till 21. Because at that point, you'll be old enough to at least have experience, so you'll be able to understand what you're doing. Same thing with driving. But 9-year-olds say, "Hey, I'm allowed to drive today." No, you gotta wait till you're 16, get your permit, then you wait a year, and then
everybody's life was different.
But here's my point. Hold on. Here's my point. My point is, we give people timelines so that they can have time to grow and get experiences to understand some things. That's why we put things in place to say, "Hey, you can't do this until you like 21. You can't drink this till you can't smoke this until you're 18." And all I'm trying to say is, I'm not telling you I don't support your decision. I'm not saying that I don't agree with what you want to do. All I'm saying to you is, I think there's some more time to be had before you make this critical decision that's going to have an effect on your life mentally and emotionally, as well as physically, for the next however years you live. So them extra years, to me, gives him that confidence of saying, "Hey, he supports me, but I'm not going to do it until he feels like he's 18. That's my fair way of compromising.
That's fine. That's your way to do it. But to touch on what you just talked about, as far as, hey, but I went to my parents and said I wanted to drink.
Mm-hmm.
At whatever age.
Mm-hmm.
Some parents say, "You know what? I'm gonna let you have a sip of what I'm drinking on to see if you like it."
So what's the sip of that then?
Whatever it was.
No, not the drink. But what's the sip of telling somebody I want to change my sex? What's the sip? Go and drag?
The point that somebody want to change their sex is because they're already attracted to the same sex, so they just I want to be.
But what I'm saying is, every parent handle is different. Some people say, "You know what? I'm gonna guide you. This is the way I'm gonna guide you. I'm gonna let you do it this here in front of me, so I have an outlook on. I can control what's going on with you, so you can have a full understanding."
These are drastic examples, though, from a whole sex change.
That's what I'm trying to explain to him.
If my child came to me and said, "Hey, I want to try alcohol," all right, you can drink, but you got to stay in this house.
Agreed.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's what I'm saying.
His example is off. You can't use that as an example because
my example is giving you parameters for age. All I'm saying to you
there's no parameters for that because every parent handles. There's no parameters for that because every parent handles every situation different.
What child can go to
I had alcohol before I was 21.
No, I'm not.
I drove a car. I drove a car before I was 16 because my family said, "Okay, you want to learn how to drive? I'm in the car with you. We're gonna do this way." So that's why I said that's irrelevant.
It's not about the action. My point is about the time in which somebody needs for maturity. All I'm saying to you is that they're 14. No one's been operating this job.
You can be mature and you can be super mature at 14. They're just about that environment. But the fact that what you think the age, I think you're just too focused on the age. The fact that a child is coming to talk to you about something that they've been going to shows the maturity. They could have easily waited. They could have easily waited until they was 18 and do what the fuck they want. But they wanted your blessing. And if you're telling them, "Hey, wait till you're 18," you're telling them, "I don't accept it. Maybe you're gonna change your mind." That's what you're telling them because they could have easily kept it to themselves until they got to that age. That's what you're missing. That's why if they come into you like, "Hey, something major like that," they're like, "All right, I want to see what the person I respect the most says and how they're gonna support me." But how many times? Think about how many times you done talk to your parent about some stuff and they basically patronize you about some shit. "Oh, maybe you should wait till you this," and then you be like, you'll walk away like, "All right, cool," but you're like, "Man, fuck that, man." Like they didn't listen. Nothing I just said.
Yep.
We can't hear you now, Joe.
Move close to the mic, Joe.
I'm saying to you is 18 legally, you can go out there. 18, you're an official adult. 18.
Okay. The question is,
if you want to do it at 14, you still want to do it at 18. I'm not telling you not to
okay.
do it.
This is the deciding factor right here. This is the deciding factor on your outlook. Like Walk said, if you never had an inkling that your child felt this way, and they went at 18 and changed their mind and approach you and say, "Hey, I'm a female now," what is your initial reaction?
Where did this come from?
What is no? I said what is. I didn't say what your thought process is. I said what's your initial reaction.
I'm happy.
You're lying, Joey, because that's not your initial reaction. You're lying, Joe. You know that's not your initial reaction. You're not gonna be happy, Joe. If Josh turned 18 and said I want to be a female, you would have not said I'm happy for you, Josh. You're lying. Yeah. Stop lying.
Joe, nigga, Joe.
Let me be honest with
y'all. Got her. Hold on, nigga. Before you do a little explanation, nigga. Hold on, nigga. Before you do that bullshit explanation, nigga.
Go ahead.
We have video evidence about you being mad because the choice of shirt this nigga chose.
You still got that though? You still got that? I was looking for that.
Let me explain it. When you're 18 and you coming to me about something like that, it's different. And secondly, more importantly, it don't matter what my kids do.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. The nigga was mad that the nigga ironed a hang shirt at 18. You think you're not gonna be mad?
He was 18. I think he was 18 at the time. He wasn't 18. He was like 16. He was like 16.
You think you're gonna be mad at that nigga for changing his? Come on, Joe.
I wouldn't be. Because at that point, it's his body. What can I tell him? Hey,
wait.
Put it back.
Wasn't
that what we was telling you? That was what all of us were telling you.
How old was I when that happened? I was like 10 years ago.
No way. No.
It was like 10 years ago. It was like 10 years ago.
That's not going to be your initial reaction. My whole point is you're not going to say, I'm happy for you. That's not going to be your initial reaction.
He's going to walk off and he gonna keep it simple saying something. He's going to get that little big face. I'm like, we'll talk about it. I'll be back. We'll talk about it.
I'm keeping it 100. While he's there, I'm gonna keep it 100 with him. But then once I get by myself, it's gonna be hey. Y'all won't believe it. I ain't gonna believe it.
Hey, you gonna see that group message?
Emergency meeting, nigga.
Emergency meeting, nigga. Everybody.
He gonna set up the bat symbol. Emergency meeting. I need to talk right now.
Everybody.
I need everybody.
Hey, no. He was just in a nice, healthy relationship, and I'm like, oh, you can get it.
Some people do that shit for appearances, though, man.
Like, he'll be like, no, call. He'll be like, no, call Walk. Walk. Call Falcon. Falcon. Call Savage.
That nigga gonna put in the chat. Avengers Unite.
I need y'all.
I need all
y'all won't believe this shit.
Nigga, just walk in my damn Thanos just walk in my damn living room, nigga. Hold on, nigga. We gotta get this nigga. Who Iron Man, nigga? Somebody get them stones ready.
Joe gonna be Thanos for sure. Joe gonna be Thanos for sure. They're gonna be snapping the whole time. Fuck.
And they gonna be in this car. You had to go for a drive, so I don't want nobody to hear me on this one, nigga.
No, he ain't gonna go for no drive. He gonna put that hoodie on, put them headphones in, and walk around that park for 4 hours.
Somebody gonna walk up. Hey, bitch, I'm coming over here right now, nigga. I'm busy. Go over and walk over there.
Don't talk to me right now. I ain't got time for this right now. It's because of you. It's because of you. You know what? I'm not going to say that.
Lashing out at random ass people. The fuck away from me.
Hey, hold on. This nigga looking at me foul, nigga. Hold on. Let me put this phone back. I'll be right back, nigga. You gonna hit a nigga in the background. Hey, nigga, why you look at me like that, nigga?
You a man or a woman?
Possibility. It's a possibility.
They gonna walk up and punch somebody, nigga. It's the principality, niggas. I'm just mad. It's the principality, nigga.
You understand? Stop playing me, man. You understand?
Yeah, he said people in Baltimore said, so they understand.
Well, they said it's principality. Nigga, you heard what Big Worm said, bro. My homeboy told me, nigga. I was like, nigga, where did we hear that shit from? It was Big Worm. When he's talking to nigga smoking. He didn't say principality. He said principality of the situation.
I know. I'm saying principality.
He made a whole new word, nigga.
That's all I'm saying. It's just your initial reaction is not gonna be "I'm happy for
Yeah,
you."
it's not gonna be as bad as you think it's gonna be. I can tell you that much. It won't be as
But
bad.
you're gonna disagree with it. Wouldn't you rather have notice of it beforehand than it to spring on you randomly out of nowhere?
And that's where the disagreement to come from because of the randomness.
That's what it is.